10, get more likes, comments, and shares with news feed optimization. Okay, so probably the biggest complaint that I get from people trying to get customers on Facebook is they say, hey, well, I do a post and no one likes it, no one comments on it, no one shares it. It's embarrassing, I have Facebook fan shame. And if we recall back from our chapter 6, The Science of Sharing, we know that people only share content that represents the way they want to be perceived. And people share content that is, going to make them seem like they're kind, benevolent, generous, smart, fun, funny. That's the kind of content that they're going to share. And again, when I go to other people's Facebook pages, and I made this mistake in the very beginning, where we would do a post and say, "Hey, come sign up for my newsletter," and nobody would like it and comment it, and I would scratch my head and wonder why. Well, the reason why is because it wasn't relevant. It wasn't engaging. It didn't represent people the way they wanted to be perceived. So instead, if you want to grow your reach, we have to put in content that is shareable. Content that is shareable, and we want to combine that with ads. Okay, so here's a little example. And this is relevant to my audience who's interested in growing their business through Facebook ads. I interviewed my friend Justin Livingston. What if I told you that you can have real purpose-based business that helps tons of people and rewards you with an abundance of time, money, and freedom? All right, so this was my friend Justin Livingston, and I did this post, and we turned it into an ad. Okay, so this post was relevant. All right, and so this wasn't just a story of a selfless act of love, kindness, or generosity, but most of my posts are stories of selfless acts of love, kindness, or generosity, or talking about some kind of inspiring people to do good things. But and out of 10 posts, 9 of my posts will be inspirational posts. One of my posts is going to be, hey, come join my webinar, all right? And that's exactly what this is. But I didn't just write, come join my webinar. If I did, it probably wouldn't have worked so well. So what I can see here is, what I wrote is, I would say, hey, if you had a real purpose-based business that helps tons of people and rewards you with an abundance of time, money, and freedom, how many more people could you help? What kind of difference could you make? What would you do with your time? Would you take your family on an amazing experiential vacation? I'm taking my family to Brazil to attend my 9th Olympic Games. Would you contribute money to a meaningful philanthropy? Okay, so we didn't just say join my webinar, even though that is the purpose of this ad. What we talked about is inspiring you to have a real purpose-based business that helps others and also gives you time, money, and freedom. And then we turned it into an ad, okay? So it was a good post, good images, and we turned it into an ad, okay? What else can you do to get more likes, comments, and shares? Well, Facebook really cares. They care a lot about relevancy, like I just showed you. They care a lot about recent posts. If you've ever been to someone's page and you see they haven't posted in months and months, in some cases I've seen years, they're not going to get any traction at all. Facebook likes recent posts, okay? And so, this is a post. I have my phone with me all the time. Most people do. I take pictures regularly, and whenever I can, I'm going to weave in like an exciting, inspirational story about traveling to the Olympics, for example. But because my phone's with me, I can do this any time. It doesn't matter when it is. I'm going to pull out my phone, and if I think of something that, hey, I want to encourage people to do something, I'm going to take a little picture. I might even shoot a little video. I might even do a little Facebook Live video, and all those things can keep that recent posts going, which is going to help your growth. Engaging is really important. Okay, so when we did this particular post, I wrote the tradition continues with my next generation, taking my family to the Olympics in Rio. This will be my son's first Olympics, and I was encouraging people, saying the Olympics is the largest event in the world promoting peace. Just imagine going to a country where literally every single person meets you and goes out of their way to be kind and represent their country. The Olympic spirit is very real and will continue to promote peace. And I wanted to let everybody know Like, that's encouraging. That's awesome. That's exciting. That's the kind of stuff we liked. And it reached 13,000 people, half of it without ads, the other half with ads. I think I spent $10. We got 459 likes. So it was very engaging because remember, it was, it boosted the post. When you put these posts up, boost for $5 or $10. Don't expect, you might have the best post in the world ever, but if you don't spend $5 on the boost, it might not go very far. That's Facebook. Facebook is a for-profit company. They want you to spend your money, and that's fine. If I can invest $5 or $10 and I can reach 13,000 people, I'm down. That is awesome. Absolutely, I'll make that investment all day long. Okay, so go ahead and make sure your posts are engaging, they're relevant, they're recent, they're encouraging, positive posts with stories of selfless acts of love and kindness and generosity, and then boost for $5 or $10. That's what's going to work on Facebook. And then if you do 10 of those kinds of posts, one of them talks about your webinar, but weave into your webinar. Tell people, share your values within that particular post, like I did on that post with me and Justin Livingston about, what is the value behind joining my webinar? What's the importance of this to you doing good in the world? Okay? All right, do that, and we'll see you in Chapter 11.